Hey right guys, Treasure Much is Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to the first episode of the final season, season 9 of One Tree Hill. It's been a journey. It's been a long time. I think it's been about 3 years, maybe just over 3 years since I started the show. It's around the same time. I think it's just after I started Friends, so it's around that time. I think I'd done almost one season of Friends by the time I started Tree Hill, so not the longest show that I reacted to. I think that still belongs to Friends and like Pretty Little Lies or something, but it's up there. I think if I was doing one a week, if I stuck to one a week with Tree Hill, then obviously we would have been here for a long time. But we've had what I think since season 2 or 3 we were doing two a week, so we got through it fairly quickly. Slowed down a bit recently, and I am only going to do one a week for the final season because it is only 13 episodes. I think if it was like 22 or something, I'd stick to 2 a week, but because it's 13, I want to enjoy it, so I'll be here for a couple more months and just go through the final season without feeling like I need to rush through it. And if there are like there's a week where I feel like doing two, then I will do two, which tends to happen with Tree Hill, to be honest. But of course, before we jump into the episode, I'm going to do a quick Q&A and the tier list. I was confused what I was going to be doing there, but the tier list that we've been doing, I want to say since we did since season 1. I think Tree Hill was the show that wanted me to do like a tier list at the end of every season of a show that I reacted to, so that's what we're going to do, and I'm excited to see what they do with the final season. I pray to God that it is better than season 8. Like I say this with most shows, but I don't mind there being a weak season in a show, just don't have it be the final season. If it's the final season, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. That's your last memory of the show. However, season 9's at least good, then at least that'll kind of wash away the badness of season 8, because thinking on it, season 8 was 100% the weakest season that the show's done. I think it was worse than season 5 surprisingly. So yeah, the tier list should be interesting as well. But as for the Q&A, we've got, I think, like 30, no, not 34, how many, I'm not sure, quite a few questions, but then we'll do one more Q&A for like Tree Hill as a whole when we finish the show as well. So Casey asks, favourite and least favourite character, male and female. So we're going to do the tier list, so that'll answer that. But off the top of my head, I want to say my favourite male character. Is this of all time, though? You haven't said based on season 9. So if we're going ever, male's Dan, female's Brooke. And Brooke would be the best from season 8 as well. But if we're going to season 8, male, probably Nathan. Yeah, probably Nathan, because who's like the competition really. All the guys are crap in season 8. So yeah, one of those. Edward asks, what was your least favourite storyline? I'm assuming of season 9. It's got to be the superheroes. That wasn't really a storyline though, that was just like a single episode, but that was pretty stinky. Maybe like, I didn't care for Nathan being in the uni place, like the college in America. It just, that was bland. I still think he should have just stuck with basketball. I get it, his back's been done, he can't like as a character, but yeah, it just feels like we keep going in circles with Nathan, and that didn't really change this episode. I know they had more with like his professor was the dad of the guy that they're trying to sign and all that, but that was pretty stinky. Brooke and Julian were good, so I didn't mind their storyline. Chase was good with Chuck, surprisingly, so I didn't mind that. But his romance and love triangle with Mia and Alex, I could have completely done without. I would have just liked if he was just with Alex throughout the entire season and they went on cute little dates or something, but that didn't happen. Let me get the... Clay was miserable this season. He was really bland, so anything he did. Haley was good, not her best, but she was pretty good. So yeah, I'll go... My least favourite storyline being Nathan, but also like Chase's romance storyline. So yeah. For this, and Edward also asks, for this season, whose storyline would you have preferred to be fleshed out better? I'm assuming you. So yeah, so keeping the storyline but have it be kind of been written better, maybe. Brooke and Julian, actually. I think they had a good storyline, and it was arguably probably the best storyline of the entire season, but I think you could have done better with it. I think you could have made that a really, really great one, but they just kind of, I don't know, they had episodes where she's running around as a superhero, as we spoke about, which was just terrible. Also, Haley, I think they just I don't know what they were doing with Haley. Like this whole Erin side plot they had, they just completely threw away, like her trying to help people with the mental health line and stuff. But she just stopped doing that eventually, and I guess she's opened her own place now and stuff, which is fine. But I don't know, they could have done a lot more with Haley with that as well. So yeah, there's quite a few there that honestly all of them, and Dan being and also Quinn kind of wanting to get revenge on, was it Chloe or whatever her name was from the past. I think that could have been way better, but it's just like a one episode thing of her going to see Dan and then not going through it. So yeah, that could have been way better. Haley asks, is there any character from the past that you hope will make an appearance for the final season? And then with a reply, is there a character you hope not to see in the final season, past or present? I'd love for like Lucas or Peyton to show up, or both. That would be brilliant. I don't think that's going to happen, especially Peyton. I just don't see Hilary Burton coming back for like the final season or anything. But it would be cool if Peyton did come back for like a one episode thing. But then I'm like, as long as Mark Schwain wasn't on set, then I'd feel better about that. But as a character, yes, Peyton would be cool. Lucas would be cool. Dan has to be in the final season, and I hope he's in like way more than one episode that he got in the last season. So definitely bring Dan back. Who else? Deb. I think you got to get Deb in there for a couple of episodes. As for who I don't want, who? Oh, Grubbs. Imagine if they bring Grubbs back for a whole story arc. Oh my god. Oh, I'd love to see Amy. What? I always forget her name. Sam. The daughter that Brooke should have had. I'd love for her to come back with like Jack or something for like one episode, but I don't think that's going to happen. I highly doubt that, but that would be cool. Nanny Carrie. Nanny Carrie, I mean, she's dead. So her ghost would have to return. I forgot that Dan actually shot her. Was it? Or Deb? No, Deb glassed her and then Dan shot her. That was it. So yeah, she definitely is not coming back. That'd be kind of funny if she did. Chris. I'd be okay with Chris. I feel like he was a character I thought was going to pop up at like once a season. So I'd be okay if he came up for like an episode or two in this season. Haley's sister, I'd be okay with that. Taylor for like an episode or two, I won't mind that. There's not many characters that I'm like, don't bring them back, please. Like it's like the obvious, like Grubbs. I just don't want to see you in the final season, and I don't think I'm going to see you in the final season because you added nothing. So yeah, there's no one from like. I feel like the same characters have stuck together throughout the past 3 seasons, so I'm trying to think further back from that. Bevan would be cool to get in there for like an episode. The last we saw of her, and Tim would be kind of cool. What happened to Tim? I know we saw him like in season 5 when he was like a pizza delivery guy, but and he had a kid with Bevan, was that right? So yeah. Stephanie asks, what are your feelings about Dan at this point? Where do you hope his storyline goes? Right, Dan is the storyline. I'm just getting this out of the way. That is the storyline that I am rooting for in the final season. They have to give like so much time to Dan because he's had like the same arc pretty much since season 3. Everyone else has had like season arcs all the way through. Dan is, I feel like, the only one that has had like an overarching, killed his brother, tried to hide it for 2 seasons, got caught, then he felt guilty about it and just felt like utter shit for ages, and he still does feel like utter shit. Then he kind of tried to come back out on top and like, had his own talk show, realised what he was doing was wrong. And now he's kind of just, took himself off to go live out his days in this miserable little calf that he owns now, I guess. So, yeah, he has had the most, I feel, with Dan. So to execute it well, it could go one in 2 ways. It's like he either just continues doing what he does. Maybe he just lives out his days in the calf and we don't really see him, which I think would be the worst option. I want him to kind of come back, and I don't want Nathan to forgive him. Like, I don't see that happening, but I think depending how Dan plays it, not welcoming back, I don't know, it's a weird one, but having him like give some sort of happy ending to Dan. I mean, no, he still has his heart problems, so maybe he'll even die at the end of this season, and maybe like they've kind of had it before where like Dan was dying but Nathan really wasn't ready to kind of see him, so just kind of like, okay, you can see Jamie now and again, but I'm not going to bother. But that was years ago, so maybe now, depending what Dan does again, he'd be kind of like okay, I'll give out your final days with a bit of happiness. But we'll see. I'm curious what they're going to do with Dan, but that's the one I'm most rooting for, that they kind of execute well. Um, we'll see. Mariah asks, also going back to characters coming back, Whitey has to come back for a bit. Mariah asks, what is your favourite and least favourite storyline this season? Kind of touched on that, but favourite was Brooke. And least favourite was probably Nathan. Clay, actually. Clay was very dull. Did he even really have a storyline? Not really. Mariah asks, what was your favourite Brilliant moment this season? What are your predictions for all of the characters for the final season? Brilliant. Like I say, I'm not the biggest fan of them. I think they are cute. They have gotten better, but probably him finding out she was pregnant, I thought was very underwhelming from his reaction. I don't want to sound harsh, but I don't think Austin Nichols is like, especially compared to like Sophia Bush, just kind of brings that same energy. I felt like Chad Michael Murray at least maybe matched Sophia Bush's acting energy most of the time. I don't think Austin Nichols does, if I'm being honest. So like her, it's like a thing where I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Brooke's pregnant after all the little jump holes we went through. So that was a great moment, but his reaction was just so dead. At least for me, it's just like, oh, Brooke, really? Oh, it's like, oh, okay, cool. And that is definitely down to Austin Nichols' acting, at least from the character Julian. I've seen him in The Walking Dead, but I'm sure he's fine in other shows. But yeah, that was not the one from him. So I don't know, like him being there for her when she found out they weren't going to have the babe, that had the other woman's baby. I thought that was kind of good of him. Like he did well there. But that was just a sad, depressing moment. So I don't know about my favourite moment. Other than that, I did like that little Valentine's Day where she was like doing all the dress up and he was dressing up as a jock and stuff. I thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, they're good. They're like a good couple. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're a reasonably good couple when they've stayed like that. They have definitely improved. I used to care about them a lot less. And then my predictions for all of the characters, we'll do like the main ones. Nathan's probably going to go back to basketball. Imagine. No, I think Nathan has to become a coach. I know he's doing like the baseball stuff now and he's going around signing people, but he should be a coach. That'd be cool. Haley, she's just had another baby, so being a mum still. But she's got her own calf as well, so being a manager of that would be kind of cool. Brooke, getting back into fashion. She's a mum now as well, so seeing her as a mum was actually going to be quite exciting. Because we've seen Haley as a mum before. She's a great mum, we know. But seeing Brooke as a mum is going to be quite good. Julian's going to be a dad. Maybe he whips out another film before the end of the show. Clay's definitely going to propose to Quinn. That'll be like the wedding of the season is Clay and Quinn, which, whatever. Sure, I guess maybe they have more eating competitions, which we're all very excited for. Quinn needs to get more into photography because that's like seems to be her calling. Not that she's very good at it personally, I don't think, but yeah, we'll see what they do with Quinn. Jamie, I want to see him hang out with Q's brother. They felt like they kind of skipped on that because they had that in season 7. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the season Q died? Maybe he died in season 6. But like him kind of hanging out with Q's brother, I thought was a cool little way to, push the legacy. But they didn't really do that this season. So yeah, Jamie. Oh, and he's got his little romance going on with Madison. So maybe some will come of that. They'll hang out. I'm sure go on little dates to the cinema. Mouth. Maybe he proposes to Millie. Maybe that'll be the wedding. That would make more sense. No, I don't know. I don't see Mouth as a husband. Just straight up. Oh, maybe okay. One of those two couples is going to propose. The other one of them's going to get pregnant. That's Tree Hill ways. So, maybe Millie ends up pregnant and Clay and Quinn had the wedding. I could see that, or it could be the other way as well. But Chase. Also, he just come back from Vietnam or something. He's just rolled back up after their time skip. Yeah, he needs to end up with Alex. I don't care about him and Mia, please God. So yeah, we'll see. Chase will probably go back to the bar. It's where he whittles out his days. And Dan we spoke about, of course, as well. So, JMH Vlogs asks, are you excited for the 64-year time skip? Yes, I'm very excited. If they don't do a time skip and a car crash in this season, what is the point? And then he also adds there is a 10 out of 10 episode this season, so get ready. Immaculate shit. 10 out of 10 episode. Okay. Interesting. We haven't had a 10 out of 10 in a long time. Shall we check when the last 10 out of 10 we gave Tree Hill was? We always ramble on in these intros. I'm sure you guys don't mind. You can skip ahead if you're not bothered. But I want to know when the last 10 out of 10 we gave. I'm going to go... It definitely was not in Season 8. I doubt it was in Season 7. But it could be in Season 6. So yeah, Season 8. I'm going to scroll through it. I'm going to scroll through it even though I know full well I didn't even give a 9. I didn't even give an 8 this season. That's how bad that season was. I didn't even give a single 8. Season 7 was better, but I don't think I gave an 8 there for episode 7. And I gave an 8 for episode 16, 18, and the finale 22, but no 9s or 10s. Season 6, an 8 for ep 2, an 8 for ep 9. The flashback, the past episode, oh my god. Then a load of 6s, jeez. And then an 8 for the finale, but no 9s or 10s. Season 5, I don't think... Oh my god, it might be further than I thought. Episode 1 was an 8. Episode 4 was an 8. A couple of 5s. Episode 11 was an 8. Episode 17 was an 8, and then the finale was a 2. I thought that finale of Season 5 was terrible. Okay, we got back in Season 4, I guess. Oh my god, okay. Season 4, I gave episode 3 an 8, episode 4 an 8, episode 5 an 8. They were that stalker storyline. That was mad. I love that storyline. Episode 7 was an 8. Episode 8 was a 9. So that was pretty close. Karen is another character that should show back up with her husband. Okay, we have our last 10 out of 10. Episode 9 of Season 4, which is a banger. That's the one where he tells, it's always been you. That whole storyline. But everything else around that was really good as well. Like, I love the way they edited the basketball match and stuff. So, yeah, that was an absolute banger. Then we had an 8 for ep 13, 15, 16, 18, and the finale 21. Oh, the finale was so good. I'd love to have given the finale like a 9, because the final 5 minutes of that episode I love. That's like one of my favourite moments in Tree Hill. And I've said it a billion times, but just the way everyone's celebrating because they get to move on with their lives, but the main characters are all kind of looking a bit sad, like, oh no, we're kind of all going our separate ways and stuff. And then they go back to the core. I thought it was amazing. I'm going to check Season 3. I'm actually just going by my last 10s. Right, Season 3, Episode 4 was an 8, 7 was an 8, 8 was an 8, 9 was an 8, 11 was an 8, 12 was an 8, 13 was an 8, 14 was an 8, 15 was an 8. Episode 16... which was the, obviously, school shooting episode, that was a 10. No. No, yeah, no, it is. Yeah, okay, that was a 10 out of 10 episode. Then episode 17 was an 8. And then the finale was an 8. When I say 8, by the way, this could be like 8.8 or 8.5. I can't remember. So, yeah. Yeah, we had a 10 out of 10 for Season 3. Then Season 2 was a bit more mid, but, yeah, a lot of 7s. Oh, we gave a 10 out of 10 to Ep 9. Lucas takes Anna to the formal night, but by the end of the night ends up with Brooke. After spending time with Chris, Hetty arrives late to the formal, which angers Nathan. Meanwhile, Peyton struggles with the pressure to do drugs. That was a 77%. I bet if I rewatched that, it probably would be like a 9. But I remember watching that episode and I was just so into it. I loved all the little drama bits. Like, I don't think it's technically a 10, that episode, but... And again, if I rewatched that, I probably would bump it down a little bit. But yeah, that was a really good episode. Then I gave a 9 to Ep 10. Episode 14 was an 8. Episode 16 was an 8. And episode 22 was an 8. So Season 2, I had a few 6s in there. But, alright, and then Season 1. Again, I'd probably give these first few eps high ratings if I went back to them. But episode 6 was the first banger. That was a 9 out of 10, where Nathan and Lucas had to work together to escape the bullies. And then Ep 7 was an 8. Ep 17 was an 8. Ep 18 was a 9, which was the auction, the annual highest bidder. And I think, correct if I'm wrong, but yeah, Brooke ends up with Mouth. That was it, yeah. That was when I liked Mouth back then. and then the finale was an 8. I didn't rate eps 8 to 16, so I'm assuming there's some 8s in there, but it doesn't say here. So yeah, there we go, guys. Right, I can move on from that question now, but I went on my own little tangent. So, yeah, well, that's about 4 10 out of 10s I've given. I'd probably bump one of them. So, I think that's pretty good. Like, well, it's not great considering how many episodes we've had, but yeah, if there's a 10 out of 10 in the finale, that would be brilliant. Heather asks, do you have any predictions for the show's finale, like the actual final episode? Dan's redemption or Dan's death has to be one of those. Maybe that'd be before the finale though, if they do that. I think if it's Dan's death, it'll be before the finale. If it's his redemption, it could be in the finale. Oh, I'm so curious what they do with Dan. Maybe Lucas comes back. I just don't see Peyton coming back. Hilary Burton, I just don't think would have signed on to come back for a special guest. She probably was at that point then where she was like, oh, thank God I'm away from there kind of thing. So I don't think she would have come back. But Chad Michael Murray I could see coming back. So maybe in the finale for that, for like a little bit. Probably a time skip. I think they'll do like the end of Tree Hill and then a time skip. Tree Hill loves its time skips. So that's probably going to happen. Maybe Brooke finds out she's pregnant again. I don't know. Tree Hill's just all about romance and being pregnant. That's the whole show and getting married. Yeah, maybe like that's where because they will have to. I was gonna say someone proposes, but they're gonna want a wedding episode because they always want a wedding episode. So a proposal will happen much earlier than that. Yeah, maybe like they do a time skip and it's like Jamie rolling on up, or like Jamie and no, because Brooke's kid's gonna be a bit younger. So okay, so Haley and Brooke's kid are like rolling on up to school for their first year, and they're like the new Lucas and Peyton and Nathan and all that, and Jamie will be a bit older, so maybe he's like the Keith. He's like, boom, Jamie has his own like car workshop thing, and they've like revived Keith's garage, and he works on cars, but he also is like into sports, of course. You can't not be into sports, so that yeah, and then like so Haley and Brooke's kids are like going to Keith's workshop, but it's older Jamie that works there. Boom, figured it out for you. That's like the last scene, or like in the last episode for sure. Boom, smashed it. Right, had the favorite episode of season 8. Probably that Storm one that everyone said was a really brilliant episode. I thought it was fine. I don't think it was great, but it was arguably probably the best episode of season 8, the one where the car crash and all that. Julian was just annoying me. I know everyone was like, Julian was trying his best, Joe. Again, probably what it was Austin Nichols' acting. He was not selling to me that he was panicked. I don't know. I don't want to harp on about Austin Nichols. But come on, bro. Like, Brooke's about to die. I was so stressed about that. Because part of my brain was like, oh, they could actually kill Brooke there, and then what does the show have? Alright, Lion asks, is there any characters from previous seasons that you hope will return? We touched on that. Zeph asks, what adult life storyline do you wish they would have tackled? I don't know. I was going to say that maybe Haley, but they touched on her depression last season, so they did a good job of that then. So I guess I didn't need more of that this season. I don't know, because they tackled on Brooke not being able to have a baby pretty well. I think could have been better, but I think they did it pretty well. Adult storylines. They had a lot of romance in there. Alex, I think they could have tackled way better. Like, yeah, I think like the aftermath of season 7, like when a sex tape literally got released, and like the amount of shit that would have come with that, they just completely glossed over that with Alex. Like, she just was like, yeah, I don't care, yeah, I'm gonna go into singing. Because I feel like you could have done way more with Alex and that storyline, like the effects that would have had on her. But no, like, look at Kim Kardashian. Like, her sex tape still follows her around to this day. Like, she can't escape it. And I'm not saying that's like all Kim Kardashian is known for, but that was like a huge part of her career way back in whenever that was released. But So I feel like they could have kind of focused on that a bit with Alex. Like, she had this released without consent. Let's go for the guy who actually released it. Oh, no. We're just going to have him go off and do his thing. Don't worry about that. And then we'll just have Alex be completely fine with it and, go around dating Chase and having a singing career, which are both fine things, but I just felt like you could have done way more with Alex. So yeah, complete missed opportunity with Alex. Janet asks, so first off, I can't believe we are here. Neither can I. It's been a mad journey. I really love this season. I do wish it was longer. Do you have any worries about it being a short season? What do you predict for Nathan career-wise? I actually think the fact it's 13 episodes gives me more hope with this season. I feel like they're just going to have things moving quick. I love that Tree Hill are 22 episodes long because, they have a lot of like just fun episodes. But my only worry with 13 episode season is they cannot have like episodes of them dressed up as superheroes running around. You can't have any of that. Every episode has to at least be a 7. Like, you have to bring something to the table with each episode. You can't just have these random filler episodes that season 8 seems to have so much of. None of that. You gotta have these like storylines starting to wrap up. You gotta have like arcs going on throughout the entire season, and there's so much you can do with these characters still. Like, it's not like Vampires where you can bring like some big demon and any of that, but I mean, maybe they will do that. But you can't have them running around just dressed up as superheroes and then having like flashback eps and what if episodes. You can't do any of that. You can't have them having eating competitions. So yeah, 13 episodes. If it was 22 episodes, I'd assume there would be a few eps like that. But with 13 episodes, I actually prefer that because it means we're going to cut out all that trash, hopefully. And I mean, JMH Vlog says apparently there's a 10 out of 10 episode as well. 10 out of 10 episode as well. So we'll see. And then for Nathan career, I mean, he could do anything. He could go on to become an engineer, a window cleaner. Maybe he works at Amazon. Maybe works for the FBI as like a hacker. And then he goes back to NBA at the end. His back heels. Emily asks, top 3 ships of the whole show. So we're talking the whole show. Brooke and Lucas are at number 1. Then Brooke and Peyton. I will take that, to be honest. Brooke and Peyton would have been brilliant. And I still stand by, if One Tree Hill was released today, they would have delved into that. I'm just saying. They would have. Haley, no, but Brooke and Peyton, I'm not saying they would have been together, but I think they would have tried some storylines out with Brooke and Peyton more than they did when this was released. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But what I meant to say was Peyton and Lucas at number 2. And then number 3... Oh, no. Scratch everything I just said. Haley and Nathan... No. I'm torn with number 1. It is either Haley and Nathan because they are so consistent, and I love that this show has just had them stay together. Do you know how many shows would have had them break up and get back together, and then one of them cheats? Oh, I forgive you. Okay, we've worked it out. Boom, boom, boom. I love Tree Hill might genuinely be the first show where they just got together early on in the show. It's 9 seasons long, and don't get me wrong, they've had their ups and downs in terms of quality, but they just stayed together. I love that about them. However, Brooke and Lucas were definitely more exciting, and they had more chemistry, dare I say. They were dating in real life, so that helps. But they were more short-lived, like they were 1 season, so it's a hard one. I'm going to go Brooke and Lucas at 1, Haley and Nathan at 2, then Peyton and Lucas at 3. They're my 3. Yeah. Boom. Final question. Are you planning on watching the One Tree Hill Always and Forever special? It aired right before the series finale, and it features cast interviews amongst other things. I would love to see you react to it. Yeah, I've heard of this. I probably will do that, but I don't think I'll do it before the finale. I think I'll just... Would that... I don't know. You guys let me know. Should I react to that just before the finale? It'd kind of ruin my flow with it, so I don't know. Or is it okay to do it after the finale? Like, can I finish Tree Hill, wait a couple of weeks, and then react to that? Would that work? Let me know. Alright, there are all the questions. Thank you to everyone who asked a question. I really do appreciate it. And we had some good ones here as well. And we'll do one more Tree Hill overall Q&A once we finish the show. All right, tier list time. Let's do this. Got to ramble on in these first steps of seasons, but it's fine. All right, here we go. We have 20 characters that I've figured out add here, which is a lot. So we're not going to talk about them for too long because it'll be here for so long. So I'm just going to steam through some of these. I don't think that's even a saying, but I went with it anyway. Sylvia, MILF. That's my review of Sylvia. She was good. I thought she was kind of fun to have around. She was annoying at times, and I get the frustration with Brooke, but she was wholesome, I think, as well. So she balanced it well. All right, this guy, not a dilf, but he existed. I did not. I feel like they could have done quite a lot with August Kellerman, but he just kind of was like boring. I don't know. He wasn't terrible, but he was definitely bland. Nathan, and like Nathan just wanted to take him down because he was grumpy. It's like, okay, but he really wasn't even that bad, to be honest. So yeah, that was a weird one. Grumpy Boy's son, probably just on the same level. Damon's B-Tech, Damon Salvatore, existed. Yeah, his whole storyline, and when they overthrew him and threw him in the pond, was so underwhelming. Again, some people really loved that scene and thought it was brilliant, but I thought it was just really underwhelming having that build up, and then they were just like, and then Julian walks out of the water like, hell yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess. It was very amateur. So his story was crap as well. Aaron, they definitely existed. Didn't care for them. What a pointless storyline. And I said it when she showed up and it was apparent she was going to be a character. I was like, she's going to add nothing to this show. And she didn't. She added nothing. And she just disappeared. And nowhere to be seen. And I do not want to see you in season 9. Do not waste my time. She's a character I hope doesn't return as well. And these two. Sylvia can come back, but these two, no. Don't even bother wasting my time. Alright, let's go with Mia. I don't think she's good. I think she's above these three, clearly, but I've never cared for Mia. Never. And I've tried. There have definitely been episodes where she has been good, don't get me wrong, but I think overall, very underwhelming character. Boring, not funny, doesn't add anything to me, so she can go there for sure. Victoria, How the Mighty Have Fallen, they really ruined her character for me. I love that her and Brooke were on good terms back, was it season 7 when they were on good terms? And then they just completely reverted that and made Victoria an absolute knob again. And I don't mind her being her Victoria self, like having, you know, a few little moments with Brooke here, like a couple of arguments. That's not what this was, though. It's just her being like a complete and utter knob again. Forging signatures is her storyline. Right, okay. That was this season, right? I'm pretty sure it was. So yeah, she can go... probably still at the top above this lot, but still could have been in good. Like at the top of good at least. I don't think she was ever great, but yeah. Alright, Chase. I'd say good, probably above her. Like, again, definitely fumbled a lot of the way through, but his storyline with Chuck is really what made his character this season, I think. Surprisingly, because I really thought it was going to be terrible. I remember when they had the first episode of it, and I was like, yeah, they'll never talk ever again. And then it turned out to be actually one of the better storylines of the season. So I could push Chase to greats, I feel, based on... We are doing based on season 8, not as the show as a whole. Yeah, I think if we're talking season 8 alone, if we're talking the entire show, he's there. But season 8, I'd say he's great. So we'll put him there. Mouth. We'll save Mouth, actually. Alex was good. She definitely could have been better. Nowhere near as good as she was in season 6 and 7. No. Was it just season... No, she was in season 6 as well. So, yeah, nowhere near as good, which is really unfortunate because she was becoming one of my... She was my favourite of, like, the new crew that they brought in. And she still probably is, to be fair. No, actually, I think Quinn would take that throne now, but... Yeah, Alex was, but she just did nothing this season. She had good moments, but yeah, it's just not enough. Skills, I don't think really did anything. Again, he was my number 1 for season 4. Or I think 4. Whatever it was anyway. Also, I just remembered Alex was not in season 6. So, scratch that. Season 7 was what she was really good in. Probably there, to be honest. No, he is good. He's still good. I wouldn't say he like exists. When he's in it, he's good. He's just barely in it. That's the problem. Like I think it says here, like the episodes, 6 episodes he's in here. So Dan was in 2. I can't believe that. All right. Who else we got? Let's go with Millie. Good, I'd say. I'm glad she's not doing a whole drugstore now, but she's like, I like that she wants to be a reporter. I actually think that's kind of cool. And she's good at it, and people seem to be listening to her. So that's something different for Millie. I actually didn't mind that so much. And Millie, Mouth giving her tips about it, and now they've got their own talk show together. It works. It's not the best, but they could have been a lot worse this season. So, yeah, I'll put her in good. Mouth, I'd say, is probably below her, but good as well. Not as annoying this season as he has been in previous seasons. He was actually fairly bearable, dare I say, in this season. So, yeah, I'm fine with him being good. And then Chuck, I'd say, was actually really good. I'm going to put him there, actually, surprisingly. I think Chase was obviously the one who brought the most weight with that storyline, but seeing a different side to Chuck and why he is the way he is, even if it is very bare bones, his dad left and his mum's non-attentive, it is very, by the books basic. But I like that they tried with Chuck and made him a bit more of a character other than just him running around hitting people in the balls all the time. So, yeah, they did a good job with Chuck. I did feel sorry for him a couple of times, so yeah, I hope he is in season 9 as well. Jamie, probably good. Chuck was actually better this season, I would argue. Yeah, he's better than Sylvia, isn't he? But yeah, Chuck had a way better storyline this season than Jamie did. Jamie just flopped around. I mean, he had his little, like I say, romance with Madison, and that was. I don't really know what else he did this season, to be honest. We can get rid of this tier, I feel. No one was that bad. I feel like I say that every season. Like, you have to be a really, really bad character to be at the bottom, like Mouth was in some of the other seasons, I guess. Julian is good. He's not great. He should be great. Julian at this point should be great, and he's not. So I'm gonna. He did way more than Alex, I guess. So I'll put him at the top of good. I'm not feeling like Julian's great. Julian's a great character. I just don't feel that. I really want to, and I feel like at this point I should, but no. Clay absolutely goes down in They Exist. He did nothing. He just did this goofy ass smile, and then we had like 4 eps of him being in purgatory and like whatever that was about, like flopping around in heaven. Yeah, he's so dorky. I put him at the top of They Exist. He's dropped down a bit for me. Very boring this season, if I'm being honest. Quinn's great though. I'll put Quinn there. Yeah, she's a great character. She's fun. She had some silly moments, but she did have a couple of storylines, and I feel like she had a variety of storylines. Like, I felt like she was like dying at the start of the season. Then she wanted to get revenge. She went to see Dan. Then she dressed up as a superhero. And then she had an eating competition. She's doing a song while she's making bread or whatever. I'm not really selling it with the character saying all those things when I talk about it myself, but she's fun. I feel like she's fun, so I'll let it slide. Clay's not that fun, so him doing all those things is not great. Clay was way better in season 7. Dan, I love Dan, but he just was not in this season at all, so I'm going to have to bring you down, I'm afraid. Like, my bias wants to put him here, obviously, but we're talking per season, so he was good in the scenes he had, though. Like, his whole trying to convince Quinn not to, like, he's talking like he was trying to get her to do it, but he's very clearly trying to talk her out of it. I thought that was pretty good, but I can't put him above Clay. Has to be there. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah. Sorry, Dan, I love you, but you just didn't have enough content this season. And then we've got, obviously, at number 3, Nathan. I would say I could put him there, to be honest. because his storyline was one of the some of the storylines he came out with this season was just not for me. Yeah, and then I'd put these two obviously there. Brooke at number 1 again. What a shocker! What an absolute plot twist! It is always between those two. It's not always. It's obviously had other like Skills has been up there and Dan obviously, but yeah, it seems to be mostly these two battling it out throughout most of the seasons. We'll go through all the tier lists, I think, at the end and just see how often Brooke's at the top. But I could put Nathan there, but I'm going to put him there just based on some of the storylines he had. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that's 20. I'm not going to count, but it said 20 when I put it in. It doesn't look like 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 20. That does not look like 20 characters. Yeah, there we go, guys. All right, I'm going to jump into the first episode. Let me know who, based on season 8, who would you put as your like top 3 or something like that. And let's go. Let's finally get into this. Whose house bloody burning down now?
The energy.
What the hell's happening?
You can't leave the killing to me.
What the hell? Have I downloaded the wrong episode?
Chris Killer doesn't like this.
Why is Chris... What is going on? Have I got the wrong episode ready? I think I'm watching the wrong app. There's something on it.
I told you to go! I don't need you here, Quinn!
You don't mean that.
You're right. It's not that I don't need you here, it's that I don't want you here! Get out!
What is going on? I bet that was fun to film. I'll allow it because it's Brooke. Someone's dead? Why is Chris Keller with Dan? They're making you think it's Nathan, aren't they? Well, it's someone she knows.
Is that all you got?
Alright, Julian's getting beaten up. 2 months before. How many months before are we doing? Julian's snorting lines in the sink.
Jude again?
Davis.
This is definitely before, because he's not got bruises.
I think they tag off, that way they both get there.
I thought that was an actual lion on the stairs, what the hell? They have a pet lion?
Walking around like a zombie, people say it gets better. People lie.
You tell him, Julian. Twins? Or
I got it.
they got doubles?
Plan C, we take him to an orphanage.
They got doubles. Wait, but then maybe... I think they were told that.
I woke you up.
Why is he dressed like a
Sorry,
thug?
I should be up with Lydia.
Jesse Pinkman! It probably is. Watch, this whole season's a dream.
Soon I will be home. Clay will go to Europe. We can all be a family again.
I'm so used to Nathan's moppy floppy hair. What's that? That's like if I just suddenly shaved my head, you lot would be like, what the bloody hell? Right, what's his job now then? Jesse Pinkman. Like, he probably is selling drugs. He's on the roundabout. That chase.
People say hell is endless. They say it's our worst nightmare.
Okay.
The face of our darkness.
Whose house actually is this?
I say hell is empty.
I love that Dan's here. Okay, at least we know he's got like something popping off this season. Oh, that's his place he worked at, I think. Wish I knew how far in the future that is.
Hello?
Yeah, I think they want you to think Haley saw Nathan on that table. I don't think that's it. It was a guy's mouth. It looked like a guy's kind of face.
Until the day.
That looked really weird. I don't know why that looks strange.
I feel
Oh my god, what is that?
Who you in bed with? Alex? I can't see from here. Zoom in on that. Yeah, it's Alex. Okay, good. Good.
Why'd you do that?
what?
Put the clock all the way over there.
So you have to get up to get it.
Are you sure you have to?
Right. Directed by Mark Schwanen.
Devil, you know that?
You love it.
It's like The Idol where like Jocelyn's just naked all the time. But you really get to work, Chase.
Sexy fighter pilot bar manager.
I was a fighter pilot, it wasn't in Vietnam.
Tonight, you and me, this bed, we'll do some things.
Right, okay. Missionary.
I like waking up to you.
I like waking up to you.
Well, that's good. Continue to do that all the way till the end. Thank you. I don't need no drama with you two. Just be happy.
You have to see someone
A lot of people sleepwalk.
around their bedroom, and then they get back into bed. They don't.
Yeah, why has he started doing this?
And now in a park a mile away.
I know. But I feel like I'm gonna be fine, I promise.
That's no.
Doctors, okay?
Clay, go to the doctors, you absolute fool.
I love that.
Is that a joke?
When I got here this morning, the front door was wide open. Everything was fine, but just try and like make sure you lock up tight when you leave. Okay. See ya.
Should probably look into that. That means something else has been sneaking in. Probably Clay sleepwalking.
Bye, baby.
Bye, Clay.
Wait, whose baby is that?
Glass of wine.
I'm confused with whose baby is who now. Do they have a baby? Why is that a thing? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Because he wasn't in like the last, what, 2 seasons? Or maybe longer than that, actually.
What are you trying to pull off, Chris?
You still sound like the
What?
last. You hired me to run the label. Okay, Chris Keller was using a fake name, but you look hot.
Chris Keller.
You like the guy in the emails?
Yeah, I liked the guy in the emails. The guy in the emails was Harry Johnson. I liked Harry Johnson.
Harry Johnson. Come on.
Harry Johnson, that's nice. It's nice to see you grown up over the years, Chris.
This is gonna be great.
I'm not mad
Did I
about it.
mention you look hot?
You did mention that a couple times, yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
dude,
What?
wake up.
I'm awake.
We are awake during the day.
Isn't that a thing? Like, you keep your babies awake throughout the day? Like a hidden tactic?
You're the fabulous Baker boys.
Yes, you are.
They look zooted.
Thanks to you, I no longer have it, or any of my wealth. Yeah, thank you, Victoria and Millie the crackhead. Yeah. You love me so.
Yes. Fools.
This would be for boys, and we call it.
Go on.
Should we tell Grandma?
Baker's Boys, like she said earlier. No?
Patty cake, Baker Man. Baker Man. A line of designer
very
duds for your
close.
little man.
Do you need help with the christening tomorrow?
No, we'll just meet at the church. By the way, I invited Daddy.
Oh my god, are we going to see Brooke's dad? No, we have seen him before.
Hey.
Hi.
No, go away, Chris.
Can't hear you over this crappy song.
Oh, okay, right.
Don't
She's
call
here
my
for
song
music.
crappy.
It's the truth.
It's not great, Alex, to be honest.
It's an acoustic track.
But it's crappy.
You're crappy.
At least it's being honest.
Someone to tell you how great you are. Go talk to your boyfriend. Okay. Chris Keller was hoping you'd say I don't have a boyfriend. But that doesn't really matter, does it?
I can't believe he refers to himself as Chris Keller.
It's unbelievable how much I hate you.
Nice.
Everyone
See, in
hates
the
Chris,
movies,
don't
this
worry.
is sexual tension. Slowly, you start to like Chris Keller, and then you do it. We can skip the slowly part if you want to.
I hate you.
Third person talk, jerk.
Hey. Should I put my pants back on?
Yes, please. Do us all a favour and do that. You just start sleepwalking instantly. Oh, wow. That's impressive. Sign of the times right there. I like Candace's hair like that. Just throwing that one out there. To be fair, Hayley's pretty much always had good hair. Something's going on, like there's loads of paranoia going on this ep. The door was unlocked to the calf. That door's unlocked.
I love you, Nathan.
I love you too. Sweet dreams.
This feels weird. Something's going on. Suspicious activity amongst this episode. Someone breaking in. Bro, what the hell's going on? Would it just be Lucas trying to pull a prank? Side note, it's one of those apps with constant music so far for half the app. Days freak me out.
I
with
like it when I
dolls.
drive. That used to be my view of Trio
That
at 2 a.m.
actually... Oh, it is Brooke. I thought I was going to say it looks like Brooke.
Well, my partial view. No, this is my view.
I think that's your twin, Brooke. Oh, I'm so
Sometimes we
hungry. I can't wait to
Well,
eat after this app.
I eat. I like my car like this. Warm. Safe.
Safe in a car in Tree Hill. I don't know about that one, Brooke.
Hey.
She's been up all night. Make sure you don't sleepwalk, by the way.
I told you it's gonna be okay, but you can't do this every night.
I'm going to, because I'm worried about
So you
you.
go to a doctor's. Stop being a baby.
Okay. We'll go see a doctor
Today,
today.
I bought you leather pants. You have to wear them for me shirtless. And let me take photos of you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, only if I can grow a mustache and you have to call me Sergio.
Sergio.
It's better.
What's this little kink of theirs?
Just go to bed and I wake up someplace else.
He also goes by the name Sergio sometimes.
Why would you mention
She's joking.
little inside kink to each other? Like, she's laughing like, I'd be like, well, bloody hell, why not? Unless that's what cracked the code.
Well, I'd like to run some neurological tests, and I'm going to write you a prescription for something that might help you sleep.
Actually, I understand why Clay didn't want to go to the doctors, because he's going to have to fork out a fortune for it. Forgot about that little detail.
I've called the golf courses, the bars, and the strip clubs. I don't think your father's in town.
Nathan would be great.
I'm sorry, Brooke.
He didn't
I wish
show.
your dad could have been here.
Shocker.
I wish Nathan could have been here.
Well, let's look on the bright side. If Nathan's here one day out of the next 10 years, he'll be doing better than Ted.
And you wonder why Haley's the godmother.
Oof. I bet he'll show. I don't know. He's always not shown up, but it's the final season, so...
But maybe if we could just wait a few.
Oh, Brooke's dad.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm looking for the casino.
There he is.
Daddy.
Wow, we actually have seen Brooke's dad.
Oh, it's like seeing a Bigfoot.
Trust me, his feet aren't that big.
Okay, we definitely did not see him in the last season. I don't recognise him at all. I think he's in 24? Yeah, he's in 24 season 1.
Good to see you, Mr. Davis.
He's in Hostel as well.
Come to your grandpa. You know, Vicky, you should have that cough checked. Could be serious at your age. Shall we begin?
Seriously, your age. Wow, we've actually seen Brooke's dad. I'm absolutely shocked.
Just the devilish ones I have for you.
God, this episode far just these two being mad horny for each other.
Acoustic, huh?
Damn it, he's right.
Get right.
Well, you're looking so good in that cotton dress. Just no telling what I'll do next.
Right.
Stop telling my girlfriend her song's crappy, you hear me? I had an amazing sex life until you showed up, you peacock-looking dork.
Right, I'll get him. He is like Dan Scott, like a young Dan Scott. No near as good, but...
Well, well.
Haley looks so small. I love her.
Imagine that. Robert Theodore Davis in a church, and it's still standing.
Oh, wow.
Not for long. Could you hold her for a minute?
Dan's rolled on up. Haley and Dan having a chat.
How was prison, Vicky?
A lot like living with you, Ted. Except the sex was better.
Oh, I'll bet. You finally got to be the man.
Someone has to be.
Oh, yeah, those two are good.
Hi, Haley.
Dan.
She's beautiful. I had a fire at the diner.
Oh, that's already happened.
I lost everything.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So that wasn't the future. Everything else, I'm assuming, was.
I know how Nathan feels about me.
Ugh.
So you have to know.
How long has it been now? Like 7 years?
No other place to go.
No, maybe longer.
Do you know what it's like to have a beautiful granddaughter and have no expectations of holding her?
Ooh.
I know what I've done. I know what I created.
He's in his acceptance phase.
I just need a little help.
You can't turn him away. You can't turn my boy away. What would your mum do, Haley? She'd help him.
And if you just think that you can just come in here and just, be just some big jerk.
Oh, you just make me laugh sometimes.
Waltz in here and tell me that my song's bad when actually...
Has he made it better? This sounds very American, so this will go hard in Alabama.
Recorded all the instrumental parts. I just isolated your vocal and then pasted it in.
When?
Last night.
By yourself?
Chris Keller likes jamming with Chris Keller. That way he works with the best.
Right, okay. Shoulder in a road in a... Something like that.
Want to go in there and re-record the vocal, or do I need to do that too?
I'll do it.
Good. Hurry it up. Chris Keller's got moves to make.
It sounds like utter trash in my realm of music, but it is something that would probably sell now. That's what I love about you.
Have you spoken to Nathan yet?
No, I haven't, but I will. And if he says you have to go, you're gonna have to go.
Oof, standing by a man.
I understand.
Grandpa Dan!
Oh yeah.
Hey, buddy. Oh, I missed you.
Yes, when he called him his best friend, that was so sad. They're clearly making you wanna like Dan so far. Not more like feel sorry for him in some way. My hopes and thoughts here are that they're gonna go pretty hard with Dan this season.
It's my turn to watch you sleep tonight.
Yeah, alright. Which you won't do, she'll be sleepwalking. Yeah, I feel like they have a lot of music in this app, but it actually all works in the scenes they're in, so I don't have a problem with it.
Well, first, I'm gonna rock your world. And then we're gonna get some sleep.
Definitely
tomorrow.
not what happened.
I'm gonna go to work and figure it out.
I've said the joke already, but I'll say it again. He's going to rock a world of missionary. Boom, said it. The lighting there's horrible. Like, shut the...
You want me to come?
They can't shut the door if they have a baby. Yeah.
You have a studio door.
He's like, but I'm horny. Bye, Julian. Off into the darkness you go.
Well, well. It's the Haley James late night booty call.
That's not happened in so long. I don't think it ever happened. Did they even sleep together?
Look, just because I tell the truth, and just because I say you smell good when you do, and you do.
I don't know why you're trying to slap on the charm of Haley. It's never worked. Season 2, it nearly worked. That was it.
Chris Keller missed you.
Sure. It's like he thinks it's so jokes and everyone just accepts that he comes out with these creepy ass comments.
How was he? Any better?
I don't want to talk about him.
Are you sure?
My boyfriend.
You were talking about him loads earlier, so.
The only thing better than waking up with you is ending the night with you.
I don't know, I could think of a few bad things than going to bed with Chase. Car crash? Imagine they start the final season with a car crash with the two babies in there. That is something they would 100% do. Oh, it's Clay sleepwalking, yeah. Bye, I guess. So they didn't give him anything to help with it?
And I say, don't you know?
This is what I mean about 13 episodes. They're just getting on with it. We've got storylines set up. Let's go. And they're all seem decent so far, I'd say.
People say hell is endless.
Oh, shucks.
They say it's our worst nightmare.
Him walking into that.
The face of our darkness.
Hello, son.
Did
Welcome home.
Did he know he's going to be there?
And all the devils are here.
Okay. We'll see. I don't know if Haley mentioned that he's going to be there or not. But that was a really good episode, actually. Good start. Like I say, I think all the storylines I've set up here are pretty good. I won't say it was a great episode. I think it could have been better, and there are some weaker ones here, but it's me assuming that they're going to lead somewhere. Like Clay sleepwalking, I assume that's going to go somewhere. Chris suddenly appearing, I assume that's going to go somewhere and maybe like causing drama between Chase and Alex is probably seem like what it's going to be doing, but we'll see on that. But yeah, I think for the most part, like, they're all pretty good. We got to see Brooke's dad. Brooke being a mom was great. We got plenty of Dan, which of course I'm going to be very happy about. It seems like they're trying to set you up to feel a bit of sympathy for him. So my thoughts are that they're going to go pretty hard with his storyline this season and focus on him quite a bit, which will be good. Because like I say, by far has the most interesting arc in this show. Haley was great. Brooke was great. Everyone was really good this episode. I don't really have a complaint. I think we didn't see any mouth actually, which was interesting. I wonder if he'll be in the season. I assume he'll be in the season, but maybe he's not going to be like fully in it. We'll see. My only thing would be that there was a lot of music, but I feel like the difference with some of the seasons when I've complained about it loads, like in season 5, is they had songs that just didn't fit the scenes they were in. Whereas here, it had a lot of music going throughout. I think apart from maybe like 10 minutes in the middle, it didn't. But for the most part, like all the music seemed to fit the scene that they were in, which is, I'm not gonna have a problem with that. I still think it's a bit too much with the music for sure, but I don't have that much of a complaint with that this time around. So yeah, pretty good episode. Not great, but I'll go a 7.6 out of 10 or 7.5. I think it was a good start into the season, and I'm glad it's 13 episodes because I'm hoping that at least every episode like this is at least how good they'll be, which will be nice. So I mean, I don't know, but that's my hopes, at least, with it. Yeah, 12 episodes left, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time for episode 2. Until then, take care. Peace.